Okay, perfect. So, what can you tell us about the Chaine?
Wow, there's a big question.
Yes, very.
Uh, La Chaine des Rotisseurs is a organization of gastronomes, culinarians um, around the world. It was started in 1950 in Paris by 5 culinarians. And the first dinner was in 1950 with 12 people. And it was centered around the traditions of the French guilds from several hundred years ago, prior, of course, to the French Revolution, because the guilds were all disbanded during the French Revolution. So in 1950, after a tough World War II in France, 5 gastronomes got together and decided to start an association which would encourage good food and camaraderie, and specifically at that time, food roasted on a spit, so rôtisseur. Now it's quite broad now, so any chef or establishment which has a high standard of cooking and service would be invited as a member. We have now a little over 20,000 members in about 72 countries.
Nice. So
it's a big, we're a big group, and we're probably the largest culinary group internationally right now, especially given that 30% of our members are in the hospitality business. So chefs, executive chefs, hotel managers, sommeliers, that sort of thing. So we're not like a dining group which just has non-professional hospitality people. We encourage and promote the inclusion of professional hospitality people into our group, and that's one of the reasons we do our 2 competitions.
Really nice, perfect. So the only way to get to enter to this group of what to the Chaine of Rôtisseurs is only by an invitation of yours, or how can I be inside of it if I am like a owner of a restaurant or an owner of a hotel? I don't know.
Members are invited to join by other members, and usually after attending 1 or 2 dinners to make sure there's a fit on both sides. Some people don't appreciate culinary dinners, and many people, of course, do. So once the person is invited, or even a person could show an interest in joining, they would contact the local chapter, and the local chapter would invite them to a couple of dinners. And then they would be admitted as a member and be inducted at a formal ceremony.
Okay.
I don't know, that's how we do it in Canada, and a lot of places around the world, is we ask that potential members attend 2 dinners before joining. Thierry, I don't know what you do in Mexico. Maybe you could explain how you do that in Mexico.
So in Mexico is the same rule. There is a very important rule to add members in La Chaine, that you need to have 2 sponsors. Necesitas 2 padrinos. So, and the 2 sponsors need to be Chaine members where in the city where you want to be part of the Chaine. Okay. So that helps that it's not so easy.
You get the same kind of people in the same group, no?
Yeah, and sometimes there is some, we try to do not have politician people, or to have, because Chaine is to enjoy the table.
The pleasure of the food. We all
it's a friendship. It's a friendship organization around the table. So we don't want some members that going to be there just to do speeches. Speeches are forbidden. You cannot bring your glass to everybody and do a big speech. It's forbidden. So we take a lot of care who we invite, and that the new guests, the new members that will fit with the group that already exists. So we really work on take a big care of this. So you need 2 sponsors, dos padrinos, that sign. So if you don't pay your subscription for the next year, we send the sponsors to knock the door and
Okay. Can you tell me more about I don't know if the pronunciation that I am going to say is right, but I would like you to let me know if it does. Bailage?
Bailliage. Bailliage, like B-A-Y-A-G-E, bailliage. A bailliage is just a chapter. It's just a group. So we would have a national bailliage, like the bailliage of Mexico, which Thierry is in charge of. And then we would have local bailliages, and each local bailliage would have someone in charge of that.
Okay. So
okay, and those people are called baillis. Everything is coming from the French. Yeah, so a local person in charge would be a bailli, and he would have a group of people helping him run the local group. And then Thierry is the bailli délégué of Mexico, and he has a team, his board, that help run all of the bailliages in Mexico.
Nice. What are one of the biggest bailliages that you have in the world?
The biggest bailliage we have in the world is the United States. They have almost 5,000 members.
Wow.
So it's a pretty big group. They have 100
group.
Yeah. They have 110 chapters of all levels.
Okay. And how was the Chaine? Is it correct? The Chaine?
Chaine.
The Chaine.
Chaine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how was that the Chaine was founded here in Mexico?
Thierry?
So Chaine was founded in Mexico 55 or 56 years ago. One of the main who brought the Chaine here in Mexico is Jean Berthelot, who used to be one of the best hotel manager of the biggest chain of the biggest biggest hotels in Mexico. At that time, it was Camino Real, and so Jean Berthelot and 2 other friends. There is also Legorreta, who was also in part of this, and they went to Paris and they attend some dinners in Paris, and they asked to bring the Chaine to Mexico. So 5-6 years ago, we did the 50 years of La Chaine with a big chapters in Mexico City, in Cuernavaca, and in Puerto Vallarta.
Ok, ¿te puedo hacer una pregunta en español súper rapidísima?
No, por supuesto.
¿Y qué tanto ha crecido desde el momento en el que llegó acá? Evidentemente ha crecido, seguramente, pero ¿qué tanto ha sido el crecimiento y cómo lo ves proyectado tal vez en unos 10 años o 5 años tal vez esto?
Pues mira, cuando empezó el Bailliage de México fue solamente por muchos años la Ciudad de México. Entonces era un bailliage muy cerrado. Para entrar era así como el club de Toby, y casi tenía que morir uno para que entrara uno. y muy selecto, muy alto nivel. Y después fue creciendo hacia el sur. El otro bailliage más antiguo es el de Cancún, que festejó, que Cancún ya debe de llevar ya 50 años. Entonces, y después de Cancún, yo ya como Voyage abrí el de Cozumel y abrí el de Playa del Carmen. Luego el capítulo también, y es importante en crecimiento, es el capítulo de Cuernavaca. Hace tiempo había un capítulo fuerte en Acapulco y en Los Cabos. Estos dos desaparecieron. Entonces van según, ahorita tenemos en el país 10 Voyages que están desde Tijuana, Baja California, Ensenada, hasta Cancún, Playa del Carmen, Cozumel. Tenemos en Zacatecas también, Ciudad de México tenemos 2, Cuernavaca, que ya dije,
Está por abrir.
Guadalajara.
O ya se quiere abrir ese de Cuernavaca.
Guadalajara y Puerto Vallarta. Guadalajara es uno también de los Voyages que tiene ya bastante tiempo. Y en México actualmente somos aproximadamente 300 socios repartidos entre los 10 Voyages. Y la meta que tenemos es, durante el COVID perdimos parte del grupo, éramos 350. No que se murieron, gracias a Dios, pero
Vaya, pero se redujo el número de
se redujo el grupo. Y mi meta es que en los próximos 3 años lleguemos a 500 socios y estamos por reabrir, por ejemplo, queremos reabrir el Voyage de Los Cabos y fortalecer algunos otros Voyages en la República y para poder que más gente pueda ser parte de esta asociación. Esta asociación la primera vez nació en 1248 en el tiempo de los reyes de Francia, y la palabra voyage viene de la Edad Media. Un voyage era una región.
Okay.
Una región. Entonces viene de la Edad Media.
Okay, perfect. So now I would like to talk about more the competition that has more. I have more interest in the competition. So if you would like to let me know why is the Chaine interested in having a competition for young chefs?
This goes back quite a while. This is actually our 46th annual Young Chefs competition that we've held. And it goes back to, of course, Europe, where they had their first competition. And we want to support the industry which supports us. And we know that the future, not only of our association, but food and culinary, is with young chefs. And we want to support them and put them in a competition where they will compete against chefs that are their peers. They're equal in age, equal usually in experience.
They have to be under 27, right?
Under 27 as of September the 1st of the year of the competition.
Okay.
Okay. And the average age of the competitors is probably about 24 and a half to 25. But we have some that are approaching their 27th birthday. And we have one this year that is 20. So,
wow.
So you're going to see the support of our professional members when they're sending somebody so young. It means that they really have faith in this young person, and they want them to succeed. And we want to help with that. So we have, it starts out with a local competition. Some of the chapters would have a local competition. Okay. They would send their winner to the national competition. And then the winner of the national competition would send to the international competition. Okay. So this year we have 18 national competition winners that will compete in the international competition in Mexico City.
Nice.
So 18's that's a great number for us, and they're coming from everywhere. They're coming from Istanbul, they're coming from the UK, Canada, the United States, everywhere. So
Nice.
it's a great way to bring these young people together and have a competition, but also show them something of the Mexican cuisine and the history of Mexico. So we take a few days before the competition to take them on tours and show them the country that they're in and have them experience the country. And then they have the competition on Saturday, and then Sunday is the gala dinner, and Monday everybody goes home.
Nice. It's welcome everybody.
Yes.
So you
Yeah,
have
and-
18 competitors, right? 18? Or did you say 18?
18.
Okay, nice.
18, yeah. So the competitors, the first 3 winners will receive substantial prizes from our sponsors. Our number 1 sponsor is Le Cordon Bleu, and the winner will receive a 5-week course at Le Cordon Bleu in Paris, usually within the same year, like it would be in 2023. And they get to pick the course. Cordon Bleu pays for the course, and the Chaine will pay for the transportation and the room and board and everything. Plus they get a big attaché case full of knives from Wusthof Manufacturing in Germany. And the number 2 and number 3 competitors also get a large selection of knives, and all of the competitors get 1 knife, 1 chef's knife from Wusthof. So it's very well supported by our sponsors.
And also, besides of all these incredible prizes, they get the opportunity to get into work with the others members of the Chaine.
Yes, the Chaine, yeah.
And that's like the first step of the ladder of your professional experience and your professional labor. No, that's like
That's right. That's right.
This is thing that it's gonna make them jump.
This is an experience of a lifetime for these young chefs. They will make friends at the competition that they'll have their entire life. And we have competitors now in their 30s and 40s that are still communicating with people they competed with.
Wow.
Like it's amazing.
Amazing.
So for a young person to be in the competition, they must be sponsored by a professional Chaine member. So their chef, who would be a Chaine member, would sponsor them to the competition in all levels of the competition. And then when they register for the competition, they receive a 5-year membership to La Chaine Des Rotisseurs.
Perfect.
Sorry to interrupt, but one question, Terry. Did you participate in this competition when you were younger?
Yes, I participate in this competition when I was 22 years old, and I represent Mexico, and I got the 3rd place. Still now, I have the best place that Mexican competitors.
Wow! Congratulations.
So we hope that a Mexican competitor will do a better than me. So I was 3rd, and then no, we never been on the podium again. And so we hope soon we have a Mexican competitor, number 1 or number 2.
We hope so. We hope so.
And when I took the Chaine, I don't know, I think like six years ago, to be the Bailli of Mexico, my first mission was to reinstore the chef competition. because chef competition in Mexico was not anymore. Maybe since I went to the competition, so a long time ago, maybe 2 more competitors went, and then no more competition. So my goal was I'm a chef and I have restaurants, I'm entrepreneur also, and I love La Chaine, and I decide we really have to put Mexico on the map. We need to start this competition. So I start a national competition that I do every year in Mexico City. And I do also 3 or 4 other competitions in other states, but they're open not only for Chaine members, they're open for everybody. But for the Chaine, we have a competition every year in Mexico City, and the winner will attend to go to the world competition. So we work hard every year to be in the Chaine competition, and also we start the sommelier, that Mexican sommelier can be in the competition, because before Mexican sommelier never went to a Chaine competition. So that's the second big competition, that world competition that Chaine Internacional organized. But the chef competition is the biggest event for Chaine Des Rotisseurs in the world. And it's really fantastic because it puts together all the countries who participate. As David said, when a country sends a competitor, it's not only one competitor, it's all a delegation. So you have normally the bailli of that country sometimes comes, the coach of the chef, sometimes 4, 5, 6 people could come with the competitor, and then they discover the country, and they come back. Many times they come back to the country. So it's great for promote. It's great to put everybody together. It's really a big event.
¿Quieres hablar? ¿Quieres decir algo? Okay, so I would like to know why was Mexico selected this year to host?
We had not been to Mexico for the chef's competition. I know the sommelier competition was held in Mexico a few years ago, and it's because of the organization of the Bailliage of Mexico. It's very efficient. Thierry and his team are amazing, and we wanted to come to Mexico. We'd not been to a Latin American country for the chef's competition. It's usually a European country or Canada or the United States, and we thought it would be a very great experience for our young chefs. So Thierry and I had a meeting in Paris a year ago, and Thierry and his team agreed to do the competition, and they've been working very hard to make this happen. So we're happy to be coming.
Well, you are so welcome here whenever you want. And what part of the programs in the event are you most excited with?
Oh, it's such a great program. I don't know that I'm excited about any one in particular, but the entire program, like the competitors are here for 5 nights, and they're busy all the time. So they'll arrive on Wednesday. We'll have a casual dinner for them because a lot of them will have jet lag. Thursday, they go on a tour and a special dinner on Thursday night to welcome them. Friday is the same thing. Friday afternoon, they go to Le Cordon Bleu for a briefing and to tour the kitchens. Saturday is a competition. Sunday, we debrief on their plates. So we have put the plates up on a screen, and the jury will comment on the plates. Sunday night is a gala dinner, and Monday people go home. So it's it's the whole program is exciting. It really is great. And we're going to some very special places and we're going to some very special restaurants.
No, brother, that's amazing. I hope you had
And also, David, on Monday, so after the big dinner, we have an extra loop to Zacatecas. So that's not on the official program, but that's they come from so long, so far away, the country they come from. So we have an extra program. If they stay more days in Mexico, we have a 2.5-day program in Zacatecas, which will be amazing.
I'm sorry. I think I just hold on a second, please.
Okay.
I can help you with it. Oh, sorry. I can't help you with the next one.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Keep going. So, David, what's the most memorable experience that you have had here in Mexico? Tell us more about this.
Oh, I've only been to Mexico twice. And the first time I was in Mexico was Cancun, and everybody tells me that Cancun isn't actually part of Mexico because it's all tourists.
Yeah.
So I guess I've only been to Mexico once, and that was Mexico City, and that was in May of this year to scope out what we were doing for the competition. So the whole trip was memorable because I'd never been here before. And really, that's all I can say. There's so much history, and like it's really interesting. And we met a lot of really fantastic restaurateurs, and we went and saw Le Cordon Bleu, and they're an amazing team. So the whole trip was pretty amazing for me.
Nice, really nice.
So we're here. I arrive a little bit early in October and leave a little bit later.
David,
So
you go to Zacatecas.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah,
We're still working on that. We're still working on that.
Try to.
We'll try.
To because that's the real Mexico.
I can see here that the relationship that the Chaine and Mexico has, it's like really well. ¿Cómo se diría en inglés? Muy bien amalgamada. Like
Tight.
It's well constructed.
Yeah,
We're intertwined. Yes.
That's the word that I was looking for. So as it is that good, the relationship here in Mexico, would it be like a good idea to have more competition like this all over the year, or like to having like an annual competition here to make it even more más visible para la gente, more like
well, probably I can intervene a bit about this because Thierry has been doing he has been doing the Thierry Blouet chef competition, and I believe, Thierry, it was the 15th year you made it this year.
Yes, and I do this competition in several cities, as I talked before, and the one we do in Mexico City is for the Chaine, and for Chaine Jeune Chef members. We do every year, and we'll do next year, and we'll keep doing it because for me it's very important to promote the young cooks, young chefs to be in competition. So I did so many competitions between I had 19, 20 years old until 35 years old. I was in all the national and some international competition, and I learned a lot about that. So I know it's very motivated. It's really, it makes you learn things all the time. And I want this competition keep going in Mexico, and we'll keep sending jeune Mexican chefs to the future competition all around the world.
So how would you encourage young chefs to get into the competition? And yeah, how would you make them get into the competition?
But in this competition, we need to find chefs, young chefs that work in restaurants or hotels that are members of La Chaine, because this competition is part of Chaine des Rotisseurs. So we have a lot of work to do because many chefs, they want to participate, but they need to be supported by the hotel manager or the owner of the restaurant. And these are the ones we need to motivate the most, because chefs have so many wants to participate. For them, it's an experience incredible, but they don't have the money to do it. So they need to train. It's not just, oh, we're going to choose you, you go to a competition. You need to be trained several months, several days a week to do a good job. So the most important thing here is to find some Chaine members that have the time and the passion to promote young chefs, young cooks that work with them, and to find a coach and to spend a certain amount of money. And it's, so young chefs, we can find hundreds of them, thousands of them in Mexico, but we need to find the right sponsors, the right members in Chaine des Rotisseurs that want to support the young chef. So that's part of our our job.
Okay, perfect. One last but not least, what do you expect to be said about this event in the future?
Could you repeat that question, please?
Don't worry. What do you expect to be said about this event in the future?
Oh, we expect positive comments. The competitors will have an experience of a lifetime. Their sponsors and the delegation from their countries will be a very positively focused for this event. So we're hoping that the word about this competition spreads in every country that we go to for the international competition. And we want to encourage more young chefs to join the competitions at all levels. But in order to do that, we need their mentor to be a member of the Chaine so they can actually do that. So it's a year-long process. It's just not happening at the competition. So yeah, positive, absolutely positive. We're probably, as far as I know, the only competition in the world that focuses on this particular group, this particular age group and experience. I haven't heard of any others that focus on this particular group. And this is it's the starting block for their career. They've done a few years in the kitchen and they're not chopping carrots anymore. They're actually cooking food, and it's the middle ground for them. And we hope to help them take a leap forward into their career by being part of this competition. And we have competitors that have told us after the competition that it really helped their career, that they could say they were part of this competition. So yes, positive, all positive. But one thing I forgot to mention, and that is the way we do the competition is with a black box, a mystery box, and there aren't a lot of competitions doing this anymore. And basically, the competitors show up on the competition day. Some start at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it spreads out. So we have two groups. We have a morning group with 3 little groups in it, and then the same in the afternoon. So they don't know what the ingredients are going to be when they get there, except for one. We publicize one protein a month before, so they at least can practice on something. But there's 5 or 6 mandatory ingredients. There's a bunch of non-mandatory ingredients. There's a common table, and they have all of these ingredients, and they don't know what they are when they arrive in the morning. Like, they have no idea. And they have half an hour to write a 3-course menu.
Wow.
So
Like, it's the
with-
entrance, the main course, and the dessert.
Appetizer, a main
Appetizer.
course, and a dessert from a list of ingredients they've never seen before.
Wow.
Bring out the first plate. So it's very, very difficult. We've had a few people get frustrated and just have a little cry and keep going. We've had ovens stop working, and we've had to move the entire competitor to a different station. In Canada in 2019, we had a competitor cut his hand so badly, he had to go and get it stitched at the nurse's station, re-bandaged, put in a rubber glove, and that took 20 minutes to 25 minutes. And he came back and finished the competition. We said, you don't have to finish because this is really stressful. And he finished, and he made up the 20 minutes. So we finished on time with no time faults. So, like, this is amazing dedication from a young chef. This guy will do a great job in his life.
Great. Great. Good. Are we still in? Okay. I wanted to mention that you know, part of the ingredients that we have great sponsors, and some of them are global, as David was mentioning. We have the Hat Inc. And actually, you know, it's very interesting because the competition and the Chaine, being an international association, it reflects on what we're doing, both in the organization and also in how the competition is going to be done. David is in Canada, Thierry is in Puerto Vallarta, we're in Cuernavaca, you're in Mexico City. So, you know, boundaries are, we're limitless. So we have global sponsors. We have the Cordon Bleu, which has been a great partner for the competition for many years. They're based in Paris. We have Gustav in Germany. We also have the Hat Inc. in Canada, making the uniforms. But in Mexico, we have sponsors from the US, California Milk, California Raisins, Idaho Potato Commission. We also have beef from Canada. Canada Beef actually is providing the protein for this competition. But being in Mexico, we want to showcase the Mexican cuisine. So all the program has to do with Mexican restaurants. We're going to Azul Histórico, landmarks in Mexico City. We're going to Xochimilco, and we're going to Balcón del Zócalo, so we can oversee, all the layers that the Mexican culture have. But also we're working with the Mexican wine growers and producers, so we can have a balance and also reflect this into our international community on the Mexican wine industry. And also we have visitors from at least 18 countries, but we already have people registered from Austria, Australia, Canada, US. I don't remember who else, Thierry, but I think, many countries are coming.
Definitely. And about the Mexican products in the black box, we cannot let you know, but we'll have some mandatory products from the sea that will be 100% Mexican, and some mandatory products from the earth, obviously from organic, nice parts of Mexico. And so we will, even if we have a very high quality Canadian beef, we prefer to have this beef quality, and we cannot tell you any more on the ingredients.
Don't worry, it's okay, totally okay. Well, I think that for me that has been all. Well, yeah.
Okay, I just want to comment on where we're having the competition. The Cordon Bleu has been so generous to us over the years. Not only do they give the first prize as the 5-week course, but they also supply us their kitchens for the competition. And they just give us the kitchens, and they have an amazing team wherever we go. So if we're going to a city where there's a cordon bleu, we will use the cordon bleu. So we used it in Paris. We're using the cordon bleu in Mexico City. They have an amazing team there, and beautiful kitchens, renovated 5 years ago, all the greatest equipment, and really a great organization. And they're so cooperative and nice to work with. It's really a great experience to work with Le Cordon Bleu. And they're all over the world. So we could pretty much go anywhere and have a Cordon Bleu kitchen. Next year, we're in Istanbul, and we'll be using the Cordon Bleu kitchen in Istanbul. So I just wanted to mention how generous that they've been over the years with our chefs competition.
Well, obviously, thank you to the Cordon Bleu. And obviously, thank you for all the people that are organizing this. And I hope for all of you to have a really nice competition, to the young chefs to enjoy it and to give their best, to can make their best effort and maybe be able to get to the finals and maybe win this competition. So for me, I think that has been all. If you want to tell something about the date of the competition, or if you want to say something about how can people actually can still get into the competition, or anything advice that you want to say.
The competition is closed for new competitors. And right now we're just
Waiting
marketing we're marketing the event so people know what's going on in your great city. So that's what we're doing right now.
So what I can do is send you the email or the website where they can access us and ask for information,
Sure.
which is chainedesrotisseurs.org. But we'll send you the link and an email so you can post, and they can contact us.
Sure.
But I don't know. I think that's everything, gentlemen.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So Thierry, I think we're done. Talk to you gentlemen on Monday, I think. But muchas gracias a ustedes, Néstor. Saludos. Thank you for everything.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Edgar, for coordinating.
very
Gracias
much.
por la traducción y todo. Y thank you. Bye.
Muchas gracias.
Hasta luego.
Have a nice day, have a nice weekend.
Gracias a todos y
Gracias.
Marco,
Muchas gracias.
gracias por coordinar todo esto de una manera sensacional. Vamos para un super evento y está arrancando con el pie derecho, con John y toda la pila.
Okay.
Dale, gracias, Edgar.
Bueno,
Bueno, cuídense. Gracias, Thierry. Que estés bien, cuídate.
David.
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.